Hello, and welcome to Lumpia and Latkes. I'm Jay, a Filipino American.
And I'm Mitch, an American Jew. We are friends and coworkers who riff all day at work and decided to create this podcast for extended conversations on anything that intrigues us.
We won't always get it right, but we'll do what we can. Thanks for joining us. This episode, all right, topic of the week is escape rooms. Escape. That's right.
Funny, it just sounds like the word escape.
Yeah. Anyway, before we get there, though, there's some stuff that I learned about one of our coworkers. I'm not going to mention his name, or I will,
Okay.
but I'm going to edit it out. That way, you'll hear it, but we'll edit it out. Name withheld. So, his mother is semi-famous. We have someone who is semi-famous, and
What?
Right, she's been in advertisements.
Okay.
Like commercials. She
Oh,
has walked runways as a model.
What?
She has been in a couple episodes of Martin, the Martin Lawrence show from the 90s.
Oh, wow.
And the thing that blew my mind is that she was also one of the zombies in The Walking Dead.
No way.
No, I was so shocked in my mind when we were talking on Sunday. Sorry, Saturday, because that's when he works. When we were talking on Saturday, I don't know how it came up, but he told me all this stuff. I'm like, that's crazy.
That is awesome.
It's
That is
really
truly
cool.
awesome.
I was like, man, I wonder if your mom has ever had, ever been interviewed by local news, or if she wants to be a guest on my podcast. Because I have questions. I have a bunch of questions. First off, how the hell did you do all that?
Right.
I mean, and also one of the cool things too is that same coworker.
Uh-huh.
There was a period of time where Best Buy, right?
Right.
Best Buy had these ads that were in their customer service department or whatever, and it was a picture of a man and a woman with a little baby. You know who the baby was?
Him.
That's right, our coworker.
No way.
That's so crazy. It's it was his mom and dad, and then him.
Wow.
Holy crap, that's really cool. That's
Good
the
for
most
them.
interesting thing. I was like, man. He said that his mom's really, really reserved and doesn't really talk like that. I'm like, how reserved is she though? Because she put herself out there to be on The Walking Dead, one of the biggest shows of all time. I'm like, are you
That's
kidding
pretty
me?
freaking cool.
That's really crazy.
She knows. She's been down there then.
Yeah, she's been down there. I mean, we have too. I mean, I went on a show, but when I went down there, I went with a group of people. Yeah, we went with a group of people, and we went over got pretty close to the set. I think they were filming.
Yeah.
Also, went to that bar that was run by two of those dudes, or at least one of those dudes that's on the show.
Both of them. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. That's really cool. But yeah, I tried to just drop that knowledge. I'm like, wow. I mean, we gotta get him to talk about that.
I have one of their shot glasses actually.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
But yeah, that coworker, we need him to explain more because I'm just so curious.
Absolutely, I'm curious now.
Yeah, I told him if having her as a guest on the show, that'd be really cool. But she seems reserved according to what he says. But if he can find out any more details about how this all happened, I mean, we would love to know it.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could definitely provide an update if he finds out more information, and I hope he does because it's really interesting. I mean,
yeah, that's cool.
I mean, a couple episodes of Martin too, in syndication and stuff. That's really cool. I asked him if she has a Screen Actors Guild card or whatever, because the union will get you.
Yeah,
but he's not sure. So he got stuff to find out. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We'll update people on one of these episodes if we find out more. But we'll see.
We know somebody semi-famous.
I know, right? That's really cool. Or we know someone. Yeah, even he is kind of semi-famous because I mean, again, he was a baby, but at the same time, he was in all the Best Buys on their advertisements.
Awesome.
That's
oh
really
man,
cool.
That is so cool.
There's a neat little tidbit. Anyway,
that is a neat little tidbit. That's really cool.
Yeah, I figured that'd be something to share here. That was
absolutely. That's
cool.
So cool. I'm gonna have to give him. I'm gonna have to razz him tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll have to ask him hey, it's the Best Buy baby. Hey, how you doing?
It's the BB baby.
Yeah, BB baby.
It's the triple B.
It's BB-8.
No. I'll call him Triple B.
Okay, sure.
He's like, what's Triple B?
It's
Best Buy baby.
It's diners, drive-ins, and dives. Right.
That's right. That's Triple D.
Yeah. Close enough.
Oh.
All right, so let's get back to the topic at hand. So, escape rooms. Right? Escape rooms. I've done I'm an amateur official on this because I've done more than 30 of these rooms. Mostly, they're all around the area that we live in, there in Virginia.
I've only done two.
Right, which is still cool. I mean, hey, you've done them, so you know what they are. So, in case people don't know what
Yes,
an escape room is,
a
and
room you have to escape.
of course, sure, right. No, it's like it's kind of like being on a game show. I like to say, without having any prizes. I mean, you start out in a room, and your goal is to again escape. You have to solve a bunch of puzzles,
That's
and
right.
there's someone that's watching you. They're called the game master, and they can give you hints if you so ask for them. You don't necessarily have to ask for hints. Usually, it has a line of logic that you follow
Right,
to solve these puzzles. You'll start out with
right.
one
And they
thing,
time you.
lead to the next one. Yeah, you usually have an hour to escape. Some of them are
Yes, you have
30
an hour
minutes,
to
some have
escape,
more.
but they also they
Hmm.
time you for it, and you could be the lowest time to get out or
Hmm.
something to that effect. They
Yeah,
they
they
have a
have their
record
daily
time. They usually have
leaderboards. Yeah,
like a record for the
right,
day or
right.
for the week or the month or whatever it is.
In these escape rooms, there are do's and don'ts, right? So the
There's
first
do's and
thing is
don'ts.
there are do's and don'ts. The first thing
Oh,
is, of
okay.
course, listen to your game master. Your game master is
Oh,
going to be giving you those hints as you go through, and when you first walk into any of these rooms, they're going to make sure that okay, here are what we expect you to. They're going to give you the do's and don'ts. So,
well, it's usually like a storyline or something like that. They usually
right,
give you an
that too.
overview of the basic story. Like, yeah, for ours, the first one we went to was like a computer
Hmm.
thing set up or something like that. It was like a hacker. We had to find the
Right.
hacker, if you will.
Right, but I'd have like even more basic than that. Like they're going to tell you, like, okay, anything that's on the walls that's marked with this sticker, don't touch it because that's going to be like live wiring, or it's going to be something that's going to potentially hurt
Oh,
you.
okay.
That
All
kind of
right.
stuff.
Okay.
And also like anything that's like that's on the walls, unless it's explicitly marked, you shouldn't be touching it because of the fact that you could break something. And if you break something, you'll
I
be
see.
paying for it. It's that kind of thing.
I see. I
It's
see.
like, or like nothing under the floor. There's nothing in people for some reason want to go into these electric outlets and pull off the covers and like, oh, maybe it's a hidden
Well,
cover.
yeah.
No, you're going to touch live wires and you're going to have a lawsuit on your hands. Don't do it. Unless you're explicitly told, do not do it. You'll usually be handed, most of them use a walkie-talkie. I've been in some that have had like just radios that are set up for like intercoms. And there's
Yeah.
also
The
some
only
that
ones the
have
only one I did had an intercom on it.
yeah. And also there's some that have interactive screens where they type out what, the hints that they want you to have. A lot of it, I mean, I've been in a couple rooms where they've broken stuff. There is one that it no longer exists, so I can mention it now. It's called Smarty Pants. It used to be in Virginia Beach. They had a couple different rooms. The one that we wanted to do, because I do these rooms with my sister.
Yes.
One that we wanted to do was called Escape the 80s, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
what it was called. So it's like an '80s themed room with like posters of like the boy bands and all that kind of stuff. Cool themed room, or sounded like
Right.
it
Right.
was. We registered for it, and then we got there and it said, "So someone broke a key prop in the room, so we can't do that one for you." So that whole time they were trying to find another room for us to do, and the room it was around Halloween, so they had a room that was a Halloween escape room, which we didn't want to do because we're not really into horror stuff. I mean, we did do one
Right.
later that's horror, but so we ended up doing that horror themed room, and it was just very badly. The logic doesn't follow. Like we could solve the puzzles, but at the
Right.
same time we were like, where exactly is the story going? At the end of it, rather than having a big flashy end, which not everything has to have a big flashy end, where there should
Sure.
be a
Sure.
definite conclusion.
Right.
This one, the definite conclusion was you take a necklace and you put it around two dolls, and the dolls' names are palindromes of one another, right? That should signify the ending. But rather than just ending, the person on the radio, the game master,
Uh huh.
asked, "Why did you do that?" It's like you have to know why. I mean, I said it out
Wow.
loud, and then they came out and they said, "Hey, you did it! Congratulations!" And it's like that's the
Really?
ending. That was the ending. Very anticlimactic. I mean,
Wow.
again,
That is kind of
I
weird.
I'm not saying that it. I know I understand. It's tough to make a business. It's tough to
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
something original because that was definitely original. That wasn't
Sure.
something that they took from. You have that's the other thing. These escape rooms. You have chains, and then you have mom and pop, like just someone who's making something. Smarty Pants was one that someone was just making their own stuff. So I
It was a
applaud them
mom
for
and pop.
that. Yeah, I applaud them for that. But at the same time, um, it was kind of slapdash, especially because of the fact that it is their Halloween room. So they kind of just threw it
Right.
together.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was weird. And there's another part of it where you just had to, at some point, just had to take everything into this hallway that you go to, and it has a black light. And then you pretty much just take everything that you have and bring it into the black light room so you can find out if anything has clues on it. I'm like, this
Right.
is not what I'm here for. There should be a
Right.
solid, straight through logic. There should be
Right.
something that there should be a line I have to follow, and
Okay.
that was just very disappointing.
Well,
Yeah.
so all right. Well, that's like all the negative stuff that you saw as far as like this one particular place. But what's some of the positives that you're seeing?
Positives in that room or
Any room
any
in
room.
general.
The
Yeah.
positives are always when they go above and beyond because there is one place I'll mention it because I mean I'm not gonna say anything negative about them. I've always had a positive experience.
Okay.
Escape to Win, the one I recommended to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That thing
Yeah.
that you're gonna do, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Escape to Win. That one is fantastic because they involve a lot of technology, which can get costly.
Okay.
I mean that's for
Okay.
sure. I mean there's a lot of like special effects
Oh
and
wow.
trapdoors and hidden things. It's very fun. But and also apparently I spoke to that the guy who owns Escape to Win,
Oh okay.
and he actually said that he has a friend who is a Hollywood set designer who has helped him make all these rooms. And
Oh
that's why they
wow.
look really cool and why they look like they could really be in a movie. There's one
That's
that's
why they
like,
charge so much too.
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, in the grand
No,
scheme of things, I think it's like maybe 45, $50 for that
per
hour
person.
per
Per
person.
person.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it gets less the more people you have because I'm talking about like
Sure.
again, I do these only with my sister. If I
Right.
had
So
other
it's the
people
two
to
of
do them
you.
with, I mean, I would.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah, it's per person $50. I'm like, it's very doable and it's fun. And, I that's why I do them because I really do get a kick out of
Right.
solving those puzzles and feeling like I'm on a game show without having to be on a game show. I mean,
Right. Right.
that's
You
what I
enjoy the
get.
challenges of
Yeah,
it all.
yeah, I enjoy figuring out those puzzles. I've always loved puzzles, just in general.
Absolutely, man. Puzzles are always fun to do, especially when
Yep,
you get to do it with multiple people too.
yep,
That's what makes things a lot of fun, especially when you
absolutely.
have multiple people that really enjoy doing it. I mean,
Hmm.
that's kind of what I did as well.
Hmm.
We did two escape rooms in one night. That's all I've ever done. I've not had the chance to go back to another escape room
Hmm.
since, but I definitely want to do it again. It was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
really, really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
It was thrilling to do. Although I will say that there are some levels. I mean, there are different levels to each one of these places, if
Yeah.
you will. I mean, to each room that you go into.
Hmm.
So some of these challenges can be like beginner stuff. You're in and
That's
out in
right.
like 20 minutes, and they
That's right.
literally will tell you, "Hey, it's going to cost you this much,"
Hmm.
and it's only going to take you like 20 minutes to go through this whole thing. Or you can go through some of them where it's like an hour long, and the challenge is really freaking high. And
Hmm.
at some point, you are going to need their help. They're going to be like, okay,
Right.
you're having some trouble. I can see
Right.
that. This is what you need to do,
Yeah.
or
Most
something
are
to that
good enough
effect.
to push you forward and be like they know when people they're struggling and need that extra little
Right,
push forward, and they don't
right,
count that as a hint. They just don't want you to get stuck there because they know you paid to have a good experience. They don't want you
right,
to have a bad experience because then
right.
ends up with you not coming back. So
Yeah,
they're going to give you
exactly.
a little bit of help. I mean,
Right.
it's in both parties' favor because at the same time, I don't want to be in a room where I don't make it out.
Let's not call it a hint. It's a
Yeah.
nudge.
A nudge. It's a nudge in the right direction. It's like, hey, maybe check over there in that corner of the room. Maybe there's something you can do over there. You know, just a little nudge. Little nudge. The other thing too about that, like you're talking about like difficulties for the rooms and stuff, that's another do. Do go online and check the websites because these websites for these escape room places, they'll have that difficulty rating on there. They'll be like, okay, out of 5 stars, this is how difficult it is. They'll tell you if there's some elements that might give you some shock and surprise.
Right.
Usually, like the one I did that's very memorable is again Escape to Win because that's my favorite one that I've ever done. Yeah, there's one that is called The Attic, right? And
Yeah.
spoilers, of course, to this whole episode. Might get some spoilers if you intend on doing any of these rooms, but
Oh no.
yeah. So in the attic, you start out. The story is you. I think they might have changed it, but when I first went there, the story is you've inherited this old mansion or this house from
Right.
your dead relative, and the weird thing is there's been a lot of odd occurrences happening specifically in the attic.
Right.
stuff
Like
moving
paranormal
around,
activity.
paranormal things, yeah.
Okay.
So you had it investigated. The investigators ran out, so you had to go and find out what exactly is happening because no one else wants to find out. It's too spooky. So you start out, and it starts out as a paranormal type adventure, but then it quickly turns into, oh, this is not paranormal. So here's the spoiler. Just no one wants to hear it. Just put your hands over your ears and say blah 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 blah. No, so the spoiler the spoiler is it actually ends up being a murderer who's in the
Oh
house,
wow.
and yeah, he's made his own little almost like Stranger Things type room, and
Oh wow.
yeah, he murdered the last family that was there before your dead relative lived there, and he has their bodies hanging in the hallway that leads to his room, and you have to get out of there before he kills you.
Wow.
And the whole time, there's a scare actor who's in there who's actually played by your game master. So
Oh
your
wow.
game
That's
master,
crazy.
yeah, he's showing up at all random places. There's one part where you have to reach into a box to get a key, and he opens up a door behind it and screams at you.
Oh my
It's like,
gosh.
God, I don't really have jump scares. Not a thing that really happens for me, but that I was like, God, I guess I was
That
just
made
really
you
wrapped
pee
up
your
in it.
pants.
I was like, ah, I just scared. I just screwed into that dude's face, and I felt bad because like, yeah, I screamed in his face, and also I shined the flashlight because it's dark
Right.
in
Right.
his eye. I'm like, oh, I don't want to blind him. It's just a dude. But at the same time,
Dude,
I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
so like in those cases there, like they do understand that like something bad could happen to them, right? I
Yeah.
mean, but what I mean, have you ever asked them like what's the worst that's ever happened to them?
Well, I mean, that's the only one I've been in that had a scare actor.
Okay.
That was a really crazy one because that's the other thing that they didn't really make it explicit on their
Okay.
site that it has a
Okay.
scare actor. They did say it's 13 and up only on their
I see.
website. So
I
when
see.
we got in there, I was like, okay, it's going to be like some jump scare stuff, as far as like stuff moving around. I didn't
Right.
figure it'd
Right.
be a
No,
whole ass person that's in
not a whole
there.
ass person
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
trying to
scaring
scare the
you.
crap out of you.
Yeah. So that took me by
Wow.
surprise, of
Yeah,
course.
I bet that took you by surprise.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. I mean, some people's reactions could be kind of crazy. I wonder. I
Yes.
mean, dude, like if somebody jumped out and started scaring them to death, somebody could literally like turn around and punch a dude in the
Yep.
face. You
Fight
know
or
what I mean?
flight.
Well,
Yeah. Fight or
game
flight.
over then.
Yep. Game over, and now that guy has to go to the hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, um, I don't know. That guy was kind of popping up in weird places, like that door thing. I mean, like it was
Yeah.
only wide enough that you could see his eyeball.
Wow.
But then the other thing is like you first walk through this door, and it's like one of those half doors, and
Uh-huh.
he just shows up in the corner of the room, like behind that door. At the same
Right.
time, like I guess I don't know. I'm not sure if he looks at the cameras because I'm sure he's looking at a camera on the tablet.
I'm sure he's got to be
But
looking at
I
cameras or
mean,
something
you're
like that.
putting
Yeah.
yourself right out there because there's nothing that would stop someone from like punching you in the face, over that half door. Again, I don't think it. Maybe it has happened. I don't know. I didn't really ask him that question. Yeah, it seems
That's
really risky.
crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
seems
pretty
really
cool, but
risky for
crazy.
the for that.
But that's the most
Yeah, that was the
intense
most
one that
intense
you've
one.
been to. What about the one that really like tested your knowledge, tested your
As far
brain?
as one that tested my knowledge, my brain. I don't know. I mean, oh no, there was one. There was one. The first one
Okay.
that I did with both my sisters was over at Breakout.
Okay.
Breakout is a chain that it's a franchise that has they choose. I
Okay.
guess they choose from a website what rooms they want to have in their location. And this one,
Sure, sure. So
yeah,
there's multiple locations
exactly.
probably
Yeah,
throughout
they
the
have
country or
quite a
whatever.
few locations throughout. But this one, that room was like a millionaire heist room, I think, and you have to go into his
Oh,
house
okay.
and find his hidden treasures, right? And that one was pretty tough
Okay.
because some of them there's like a part of it that required you to be in one room and then be in another room and have to activate two things at one time, and you can't see each other.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so like
you
group
can't
effort
see each
type
other.
thing.
Someone has to be like manning the controls
Right.
at all time. So that's why that one I think was recommended at least three people, which is why I went with my sister. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but
That's kind of cool.
that
I
was a lot
bet
of
that was a
fun.
lot of
We
fun.
escaped with like I think like less than 10 seconds left out of the full hour. It was tough. At the very end, the game
Wow.
master, she saw us, she's like, God, they're gonna run out of time. I'm sure she was saying that on the other end. And said like we had the treasure in our hands, but we didn't know how to open the door. It said black light.
Right.
She said it real quick. She said black light. I
Gotcha.
said turn on the black light. Oh, there's the code. She's and we got out. She's like, you guys almost didn't make it.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Nice.
It was exciting, but at the same time I feel
Wow.
like Breakout has a lot of problems.
So yeah, so just
Yeah.
from that whole thing right there,
Oh
they
yeah.
want you to have fun. They're not going to
Yeah.
they're not going to lead you astray. They're not going to, and the ones that do lead you to astray or don't really give you much info and stuff like that, those are just the ones that are just there to
Hmm.
gain a buck, if you will. But I mean, the whole point of an escape room is
To
just
escape.
one, to escape, but
Have a
to
good time.
have a good time. And I mean, it sounds to me like, I mean, you really, really
I
like it.
thoroughly
That's what it
enjoy these.
sounds like.
I think at some point, if we don't do it with our coworkers, because I think there is that possibility, we should do the
Right,
ones at Apex and try and
right.
escape out of those.
Yeah, that would
Yep.
be kind of cool. That would definitely be kind of
Yeah.
cool. I'm all for that, man. I'm telling you. Like I said, I've only done two. I did one. It was like a
Hmm.
computer hacker one, which it was kind of different because like that one had a separate room
Yeah.
that we found. It opened up a whole nother room,
Hmm.
and then that whole nother room, it was like, okay, you got to decipher the code and be able to stop something
Yeah.
from taking place. And it got to a point where once you got into that room, it was really only one person because they were on the key
Hmm.
having to type stuff into the keyboard to stop this from happening, if you will. But then you would have to find other clues in the room to then continue on with the
Yeah.
code, if you will. So, all of a sudden they would pop up and say like blue hat or something like that, and you go find the blue hat, and
Hmm.
underneath the blue hat was more code. So you put in more code and you just yell out the code to somebody, and then the next one it would be like yellow
Hmm.
bookcase or something like that. It'd be like, oh, yellow
Right.
bookcase. Well, oh yeah, here's a code right here, and you put that in. We finally got it out, and we did get out. We had like I don't know, like 5 minutes left before the time was up. We had a really good time. The second one was very hard, but it was more fun, and there was a second room to that one as well. That one was the holy grail for us, and it was. I can't quite describe that one because I was really challenged on it, and I did a couple of things in there. I can't remember what it was that I did specifically, but I felt like I assisted,
Yeah.
but I still had fun. So, I mean, other people were kind of driving
Hmm.
it through or whatever. I kind of got stuck on one or two of the puzzles, and the guy was like, "Hey, man, you're doing the puzzle. We don't need to do that anymore. They've already you moved past that already." I was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, okay." And then I just kind of went on with the group.
You hit on something there too
But
when you were talking. That's one of the don'ts is don't go with too many people because that's the thing with
yeah,
these rooms. Yeah, there's stuff to do, but at the same time, if you have too many people, you'll have people who are just sitting around waiting for something to do because there's not always something for everyone to do. You go with too many people are going to be sitting around
right,
getting bored, looking on their phone, which is going to break the immersion and break everything. So you want to go just the right amount of people,
okay.
which is what it is.
So
I
what's
mean,
that right
that's the
amount?
thing. You gotta look on their websites. They'll tell you how many people it's recommended for. Most of these rooms go to about like 8 people that they feel like they could get.
The ones that I looked up, it was always, they typically
Yeah,
would say like 4 to 6 or something to that effect. And you would get, we had what, let me see, it was my wife and I, my brother-in-law and his wife and my two cousins. So we had 6 people and we did a max of 6, but I will say that there were a couple of times, when we were doing like 6 people, it was like, okay, 1 or 2
right,
people were just kind of like, I don't know
exactly.
what to
Yeah,
do next.
and that's
Okay.
the other thing too. It's like usually you'll have like 1 or 2 people that are really gung ho about it and kind of just lead everything,
Right.
and it's a tough balance because yeah, you want to escape, but at the same time, it's there for fun too. You do want to escape, but everyone needs to do something to be able to feel like they've contributed to that group and been a part of the effort.
I feel like 4 is the magic number.
That's probably accurate.
That's what I
Yeah,
think. That's just me. I think 4 is the magic number. Although it seems to me
yeah,
you and your sister have gone around to we've
over
done what
30.
over
Yeah,
30 you said, right? Yeah. So but the majority of the time it's just you and your
correct.
sister that have done these, with the exception of a couple of the ones where you saw where it says multiple required. Then you drag
Right.
your other
Yeah,
sister with
and
you,
I
right?
think that was like maybe 3 times that we had to drag her with us because you need an extra person because you need someone else to operate some sort of controls or do something. Yeah, for sure.
So you've tried all the different themes then. You've tried the
Hmm.
holiday themes and you've tried most of the stuff that's in the area. How often are they changing them out and trying and creating new things? Or are they just keeping to like one particular
Honestly,
whatever set they have, and
honestly,
they're
it seems
good
like
with
a
that?
lot of them kind of just stick to the same stuff the whole time they're there until they know they've run their course. Like you usually get a new room, like maybe once a year. Like it's pretty, yeah. It usually takes quite
Really?
a while for them to run through these rooms because there's one that I think we did maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It's still there.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
still there. The same room.
Wow.
They haven't changed it.
No
Yeah,
way. Well, then the
I know.
replayability is very
Yeah,
low.
I mean, unless they explicitly tell you that, like, hey, we redone the puzzles, which sometimes they do.
Hmm.
Yeah, usually
Okay.
replayability is very low, but I don't know. I guess they find a way to keep going. I mean, because escape rooms aren't really a
Well,
huge
I mean,
thing.
think
People
about it
really
this
know.
way. Right. Right. I mean, think about it this way. You've played 30 over how many years?
Shoot, yeah, probably about 5 years.
Right. And what was the last one you went to? How long
Last
ago
one
was
I
the
went
last one you
to
went to?
was I want to say it was around October for my sister's birthday. It was in North
Okay.
Carolina.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, it's been probably 4+ years since
Mm,
I've gone to an
mhm.
escape room myself. But again, I still had
Yeah.
loads of fun doing it. It was lots of fun, and I
Hmm.
certainly would do it again. But I felt like going with just two people was just not
Yeah.
enough, just not enough. I felt like
Yeah.
four people would be good. We tried to go with a group of with
Yeah.
another couple of ours, but unfortunately, that it just didn't work out a little bit. It worked out at that point. One for a reason I'm not going to give, but the other was honestly, we tried to go book it when we tried walking in, and they were like, "Sorry, you got to book it online. We're
Right.
already
Yeah.
booked for the night." And I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, I thought we could just
Yeah.
walk in and do this." I'm like, "Okay, well, so much for that idea, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's the
my
other thing
bad."
too is these rooms like they used to be before COVID, right? These rooms, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
BC.
BC. Before that, these rooms used to be open, where it's like, okay, you might get teamed up with some other person with these other people who also are booking the room at the same time. Ever since COVID, I think all the rooms I've been to have all been as soon as you book it, it becomes a private booking, and no one else can see it pop up even on the online calendar. It just locks it out and says, "Nope, this room is booked."
And I get it, and I
Right?
understand it a little bit, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it kind of takes away from to me, it kind of takes away a little bit from the personalness of sorts. At the same
Sure. Yeah.
time, I understand. Online capabilities have completely revamped the way we look at things,
Mm-hmm.
and if that means that you have to go online to book something, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're trying to be spontaneous about something, walking in to try and have fun, and you can't, well, that kind of creates a bit of a bummer situation.
Yeah. Exactly. This online booking thing. I mean, it's always been issues with anything with online reservations. I mean, it's been an issue as far as when they first invented online reservations. It's like
Sure,
it's hit
sure,
and miss. I mean, look at the fact, like, this is kind of off topic, but look at the fact that we use that Navan system, right? And they say, oh yeah, you can use that Navan system. It's for travel. If people that don't know,
sure, sure,
Navan is a travel system used
sure.
for corporate travel. So for our
Right,
jobs, we would use it as corporate travel to get to another area to do work there.
right,
But that system allows us to use those corporate benefits and those corporate rates to use it for personal travel. The problem
right.
is that in the van system, even though it has those online bookings, the system doesn't always talk correctly to the other half of the system. So
No,
bookings are lost, and that's a
yep.
recurring issue. If you look it up on the van Play Store, reviews or Apple
Didn't that
reviews,
happen to you?
I have not
It
used the
happened to
van yet.
somebody.
I believe
Happened to someone we
someone,
know.
yeah, I believe it happened to somebody. But yeah, I mean that's definitely, yeah. Again, we're talking about online reservations, and I mean that's definitely one of the drawbacks is that
Right,
sometimes things fall through the cracks, and then by the time you know it, you're already at the area you need to be,
right,
and they're like, "Oh, we don't have that reservation. Sorry," and you're just screwed. Your night is ruined.
right. Exactly. Not
Mm-hmm.
much you can do about it when that happens.
Nothing you
You just
can
gotta
do.
just gotta take the bad with the good and just hope that it'll work.
Yep, that's right. Sorry, I thought my dog was going crazy and scratching my door. Gonna ruin the audio.
Oh, well, yeah, I
But
hear you, man. I got cats meowing at me too. I hope
yeah,
you're not hearing them.
no, I don't hear him. Anyway, so
Escape rooms.
escape rooms, right? So
If
yeah,
they're
that's
fun, go give them a try.
definitely give
Do
them
it
a
with your
try.
friends.
Yeah, go with the right amount of people. Go with people
Yep.
who aren't going to annoy you when you're in the room, because I mean, this escape room is really
It's a
they
challenge.
they test your patience and your ability to do teamwork.
Your mental fortitude.
Absolutely. I mean, you'll find out real quick. I mean, my sister and I have had arguments in escape rooms before because of the fact
Really?
that, it's like, well, you're doing it the wrong way. I'm not doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the wrong way. And then it's an awkward ride home on going back. It's like, why did you
Right.
yell at me?
But
I don't know.
you'll get through it.
Yeah, you get through it. I mean, you end up getting out, but you got to be real careful when it comes to who you choose with these rooms, because I mean it
Sure,
puts it.
sure.
I mean, it's team building. At the same time, it can also be team tearing.
Yeah, team tearing.
Yeah,
Yes, I
no,
know.
you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think that'll do it for our escape rooms topic. I mean, there's more stuff
Okay.
to say, but we don't go too long on this. So we will be back with Would You Rather. Would you rather? There's a mom and pop bookstore in Williamsburg that has a fantastic selection of books in general, but the one that caught my eye is a coffee table book titled Would You Rather? The Outrageous Book of Bizarre Choices, written in 2001 by Workman Publishing. I'm going to flip through the pages and we will find out which choices we would indeed rather. All right. Would you rather be caught
Yes.
walking nude on a beach by a policeman or have your horn get stuck while your car is behind a gang of Hell's Angels?
Ooh. So in one case, I'd get arrested.
Right.
In the other case, I'd get the shit kicked out of me.
I mean, are the Hell's Angels really that reactive? I mean, I would take your word for it. I know they have a reputation, but
Yes.
okay.
They got
Are
a
they
very
really that
bad
bad?
reputation, but I
Okay.
mean,
Is that really exaggerated? I mean, they do it in the movies and stuff, sure. But is it
oh
really that
man,
bad?
I don't know.
I don't
All
know.
right. So, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here.
Hmm.
I'm going to say the horn and the Hells Angels. So the
I was gonna
horn
say
is
that too. I
continually be running
Yeah.
and you're behind the Hells Angels.
I mean, it's not like you're saying anything bad about the Hell's Angels. You
Right.
just had your horn on. It's like not like you're
The
saying
horn is
screw you,
constantly
Hell's
broken. I mean,
Angels. Yeah,
clearly the horn's broken.
clear as broken. You can't control it.
Right. You
Whereas
can't
if you're
control it.
walking
So,
nude seen by policemen, that's immediate indecent exposure. You're going to jail.
yeah, but what if you can't control that either?
What do you mean can't control that? Like, oh, you mean like if you're like in a changing room and someone pushes you out? I don't. What situation are we talking about that you wouldn't be able to control being naked in public?
Frank the Tank,
Right?
old school.
What's that?
Get too drunk, you go streaking through the quad, baby. You can't help it.
Too drunk? No, you can control being drunk. Come on, let's
Oh,
be real.
come on.
Let's be real. I mean, yes, there are people who have a problem, but they chose that. They chose to have that problem.
That's true.
I mean, come on. Drink responsibly, kids. Always drink responsibly. We don't encourage that. But I'm with you on the Hell's Angels because I think, like anybody, they would listen to reason. They're not just going to beat you up just because you have your horn on. I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they could beat you up. They could stop. I mean, as soon as you pull over, you're like, hey, my horn's broken. You know what they do? They pull out a shotgun. They go, bam, bam. And then the
yeah,
horn stops and be like, it's fixed. And then they drive off. And then guess what? You're stuck on the side of the road, pal.
exactly. Yeah, okay. Hell's Angels. All right. That's an easy one, I think. I don't know. Somebody else might have
I
a
don't know.
different point of view. If you
If you
do,
got a different point of view, let us know.
feel free to let us know. You can leave a comment at Olympian Lock Keys on Facebook. Just search for Olympian Lock Keys. We'd be glad to have you as a follower, like and subscribe. Um, or I think actually you can leave comments now on the Podbean website. We switched ever since we switched providers. So now we are at podbean.olympianlockkeys.com. I believe that's the URL. I think it has the option for comments. So feel free, reach out. We would love to hear from you.
We would definitely love to hear it.
That's right. Okay. So this one, I looked at this one like I don't see the benefit to one of these. Maybe I didn't read it right, but
Okay.
would you rather get 2 weeks paid vacation every year or get 6 weeks paid vacation a year but not be allowed to travel anywhere. It's like, why would you want the second one at all? You can't travel.
Well,
Staycation?
yeah, it'd be staycation for 6 weeks
So,
out of the year, man. It's total
okay.
staycation,
But
but you
doesn't,
can't travel anywhere during
yeah,
those staycations. So, uh, wow, that
right.
yeah, there's benefits, but detriments as well, man. I mean,
Yeah,
come on. I mean,
yeah.
let's think about that for a minute. Hmm.
I mean, I think the whole point of vacation is to travel. I mean, I know it's expensive. Let's get that right. Traveling is not cheap, and not,
Well,
you only have the budget, but
not necessarily. I mean, I'm doing a staycation this summer myself,
sure.
but I will say that some family members are coming from out of town to
Yeah.
spend time here.
All right.
But we're not doing anything crazy. We're just doing a staycation. They're just coming over to hang out. They're just, I got somebody coming from Alabama and some people coming from California, and they're just
Hmm.
hanging out. But
Okay.
they're flying, so they're flying or they're driving. So, hmm,
Hmm.
wow,
I don't know. For me,
that's really tough.
I think the
Well,
2 weeks paid vacation because you can travel. I don't like having the idea of not having being able to travel.
yeah, I guess I don't like the idea of being restricted either. But
Yeah.
I mean, is it so bad? I mean, staycation,
Being someone who works four
yeah,
tens, and having like
yeah,
those 3 days off, I mean, I guess it'd be akin to that. So I guess there's value in that if you need to get something done. I mean, you're not saying that you have to relax in your vacation. You can
right.
get stuff done, just not work stuff, which I don't know. Maybe
Mm,
there's that. But I still say 2 weeks is
mm.
a bit more valuable to me.
I'm thinking, man.
Mm,
I'm thinking. I just don't know which one to choose, man. I mean, I get what you're saying. 2 weeks
yeah,
vacation to be great to have. At the same time, six
yeah,
weeks of staycation is pretty freaking awesome.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you don't get to
It
go
is. But at
anywhere,
a certain point,
but
though, you
you
get,
know, let's
yeah,
be fair. A staycation, you stay at home.
mm,
Okay, well, I'm going to do a staycation
yeah.
myself, but guess what? Busch Gardens is 45 minutes away. That's not really a vacation, is it? Is that considered a
That's true.
vacation? I don't think so.
Well, not be allowed to travel anywhere. I mean, this is the
Okay, so
whole
it says not being able
concept.
to
It's like,
travel
all right,
anywhere,
how
which
far is
means you
travel?
can't go anywhere, which
Right,
means, yeah, okay,
right.
all right.
Yeah, you're
You
limited. You're
stay at
very
home
limited. So
on
I think,
vacation
yeah,
the whole time. Okay,
yeah,
two
which would
weeks,
drive you stir
two
crazy. I
weeks,
think. Yeah.
2 weeks,
2 weeks, 2 weeks, hand down.
two
2 weeks,
weeks,
hands
two
down.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about travel, I mean, like, yeah, I think anything outside of the city
I
would be
think
called
anything,
travel.
I mean, yeah, anything outside of your city, yes, of your own city, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So would you rather enthusiastically celebrate Thanksgiving on a daily basis or enthusiastically celebrate New Year's Eve on a daily basis? Both of those are non-holidays for me. I don't really
You
care
don't think
about them,
you don't
honestly.
think they're holidays?
I mean,
I think Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving,
is
I
more
mean,
of a
I get
holiday
it,
than New
but
Year's
I
per
mean,
se.
that's if you have people that are in the country. Like most of my people are like in
Oh,
the
you got people,
Philippines.
huh? You got
I'm not going to
peeps?
see them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
I
got
got peeps.
peeps. I got peeps, and I don't like
Oh,
peeps. I don't like
oh, you don't
marshmallows.
like
I don't like
marshmallow? You don't
them.
like the peeps? I don't
No.
like them either, man. I'm not a big fan of peeps.
I don't like
Yeah, I'm
I
not a
don't
big
like
fan
those
of those
peeps.
kind of
No,
peeps.
I have a friend. I have a I have a friend from the old days of Walmart,
Yeah,
and he loves
I
peeps,
don't know
and I
why
don't
either.
know why. More power to him. Hey, man, you know who you are. I'm not gonna call out your name here, but hey, you know what? Good on you. If you're listening to this podcast, more power to you, man. I think everybody tagged him in the image when the Peeps cereal came out. Like, look,
Oh,
it's your
wow.
favorite thing. Like, yeah,
Okay,
it's like
okay.
everybody was tagging him.
Um,
All right.
so celebrate Thanksgiving every day or celebrate New Year's every day. Oh man,
Mm, yeah, New Year's Eve, specifically New
specifically
Year's
New
Eve.
Year's
Yeah,
Eve. I mean, if I could
yeah.
celebrate New Year's Eve every single night, that would be pretty freaking cool because it's like a party every night almost. But
But
I'll be honest,
then in that context, you're up till like
yeah, you're up
midnight,
till
right?
midnight.
So
Okay, fine.
I mean,
But
most
guess
of us
what?
up till midnight anyway, right? I mean,
Typically, we have the
mm,
next day off. So yeah, I mean,
yeah,
we don't have off on Black Friday.
yeah,
I'm going with
no,
New Year's, man, because then that
no.
means I'm gonna have the next day off. Next.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm with you on the New Year's. Well, I'm not because of the day off.
So guess what? I never have to work,
Yeah,
Jay, because every night I party, and then the next morning it's the day off, and then you party
right.
again. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
See? Always having a good
yeah.
time.
And I've never seen the appeal of. Well, I get the appeal of Thanksgiving because you're with family. It's
It's
time
about
to join
family and
together and
yep,
guess
yep,
what?
and
Watch
rejoice for all the
football,
things that you
whatever. See
have.
the parade.
Sure,
Good, great. But
right.
New Year's, like, what are we really doing? Like, I don't like. I get it. People want to go to New York City and see the ball drop, but then like you're all just crammed up in one little space. I guess you got celebrities that come out and do performances, like people that
And they
nobody cares.
close all the
They close all the
restrooms. There's no
restrooms.
restrooms in Times Square.
Yeah, you have to wear diapers. I know that's a thing. 100%.
Uh-huh.
You have to wear
That is a
diapers.
thing. That is truly a thing.
And that sounds disgusting.
Very disgusting. But
But people put it on their bucket list. I don't know.
typically for New Year's, we just go to like a family member's house and just hang out for a little bit. And
Yeah.
depending on if we can stay up that late or not, then we stay up that late. We say Happy New Year's and then, go on home, usually about 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and just try to be careful, driving home and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then we'll sleep in until 10 o'clock and then that's
Yeah.
it. But
Mm-hmm.
my aunt and uncle have a crazy tradition on New Year's Day.
Huh.
The first person that enters the house has to be a male, or you have bad luck.
Huh. Did they just
Yeah.
make that up? Where did they get that from?
No, I don't know where they got that idea from. I really don't. I never looked it up, so
Hmm.
I couldn't really tell you, but it's one of their superstitions, if you will. That and New Year's Day, the more black-eyed peas that you eat,
Hmm.
the better your year's going to be, or something to that effect.
Okay, yeah. Fergie, Will I Am, Apple to App. Yeah, sure.
Have you heard of that?
I think that
I
joke
don't
went
know.
right over your head. For Black Eyed
Yeah, I
Peas,
know. I got
man.
what you're saying. I
I
got what
got
you're
a
saying. I
feeling.
get it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
No, I mean
okay. You
I
dork.
know about the
No.
Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, I've
Okay, you
seen
know
that.
about eating
Yeah,
black eyed
I've seen
peas. It
that.
means
Yeah.
a merrier new year, a
Right.
merrier year,
Yeah.
or healthy year, or something like
Something
that.
we do in Philippine tradition, you have 12, I think it might be 13 different round fruits, and you put them in a tray, and then that gives you good luck throughout the new year. That's just something that we do.
Really?
Yeah. That, and then
Just round fruit, just
just
any kind of round fruits,
round fruits. Has to be round fruits. Usually there's just enough at Kroger to get it done.
like
Yeah.
apples, oranges,
Yeah.
lemons,
Lime.
limes.
Yeah. Sure. Grapes.
And you just make whatever you want. 13 round
13
fruits.
round fruits, coconuts. I mean, whatever. Whatever you got.
Okay.
Usually there's
Cantaloupe,
just enough.
watermelon.
Yeah, exactly. Watermelon works.
That's pretty interesting.
And
But it can be any kind of fruit.
any kind of
Does it have
fruit.
to all have to be the same?
No, has to be 13 different fruits.
So you just hand someone like a basket of fruit.
Yeah, you go to the grocery store, you buy your fruits, and then you put it all in one basket, and then you eat it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so you just buy it for yourself. You don't give it to somebody
No,
else
I don't think it's a
as a
thing where
gift.
I don't think it's a thing where you buy it for someone else. At least, not that I know of. I mean, we've always done it. We've always just bought it for ourselves and had it in the, just sitting on the dining room table.
So for your whole family, you just buy 13 fruit for the whole family?
Yeah, for the whole family. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought it was like 13 fruit for every single one. So
No.
literally, you're going to have like what, like 50 pieces of fruit for your family right now,
Right.
okay?
Yeah. No. 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 I mean, it should still be a lot because you get a whole thing of grapes. I mean, you can't just get one single grape. I guess you could have just steal them. I know people do that in the in the grocery store. It's like I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm going to
sample
buy you a
these.
bushel of, I'm going to buy you 13 seedless grapes
Yeah.
next year, Jay.
Wonderful.
Okay?
Wonderful.
Okay? Just 13 of them, just
Appreciate it.
individual ones.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
going to give it to you in a Ziploc bag, okay?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Is that counts as rounded fruit, right?
It does. It actually does.
Okay, great. Wonder how much that's going to cost at Kroger.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know, man.
You go.
We'll have to
That's
figure
why
out
you
how
got to
much
go
these
to.
grapes
That's
are.
why you got to go to 13 different Krogers and pick off. It's just one each, and just
Pick
put
off
it in,
one.
and just put it in the bag. Like, here you go.
Dude, I don't think they've got 13 Krogers in the area. I'm gonna have
I
to
don't
start
think
going to
they
Harris
do. I
Teeters as
don't think
well
they
and Food
do.
Lines, and that's fine.
Oh,
Between all three, I can get there. And
yeah.
if I have to, I'll go to Sam's. I got a membership for
Yeah,
Sam's, and
that's
then
when you
yeah,
start
well,
wearing disguises. You put on a mask,
oh
and
my God,
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
okay. Now you're going a little too far
Right.
there, cheeky boy.
Hey. Anyway. Oh, another thing you do for Philippine tradition is
Uh-huh.
you throw out money on the floor.
Throw money on the
Uh-huh.
floor.
You throw money on the floor, and
Okay.
that way anywhere you walk will be prosperous in the new year. And also, another thing for Philippine tradition, you turn on all the
Okay.
lights in all the rooms, and you open
Okay.
up your windows and doors so the bad energy and spirits can leave.
Now that's reasonable. I
Yeah,
like that. That's cool.
yeah,
That actually is
we
cool.
do that every
I
year.
could deal with that. And the money on the floor thing sounds interesting,
Yeah,
but what do you do with the money after you walked over it?
you pick it back up and you spend it. Oh. You just
Uh,
put it back in your account. I think in the Philippines, you're meant to throw it like when the ball drops, or like when it gets to midnight, and then you're supposed to throw it where kids are, and kids are supposed to pick it up and use it for their good luck.
Oh, okay.
I think
Got
that's
it.
how it
Okay.
works, but we don't do that because
Gotcha.
we don't have
Yeah,
kids here.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of coins, there was a silly old trick that one of my old Navy coworkers back in the day
Mm,
taught me. He said, if guys would come out on deployment and stuff like that,
mm,
and they got the kids and they want to still spend, some quality time with their significant other, whatever.
yeah.
He said they got a trick for you. You buy yourself a roll of quarters and you take two quarters out of the roll. Okay.
Mm,
Then you go get your kids, you get them outside, and you throw all the quarters into the grass.
into the
Just throw
grass.
them about and say, don't come back in until you find all $10 worth of coins.
Hmm.
But you still got those two coins. So then what you do after you've spent your quality time
Hmm.
with your significant other,
Ooh.
you go outside with a pair of pants or shorts or whatever that has a hole in the pocket. And while you're looking around, you drop one quarter. Oh, hey, look, I found a quarter, guys. So can't come in. And then you find another quarter. The key is you tell them you can't come inside until you find all $10 worth.
Hmm.
So they can't come inside. You spend as much time inside with the wife as you want.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And you put the rubber band. You put the rubber band on the door, or
Oh my gosh.
a tie. I
The
don't
rubber
know.
band on the
Don't.
door.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Rubber band on the door.
That's
What's the
right.
rubber band on the door?
I mean, that's the thing that people do in college. That's I'm sure
What?
I've
No,
seen
it's a
that.
sock on the door.
I've seen rubber bands. I've seen socks. I've seen
I've
ties.
never seen a rubber band.
Whatever you got to put on the door to signify, hey,
A
there's something else
tie,
going on
yes.
here.
I never would have picked up on a rubber band. And half the time it'd be a sock on the door, or there'd be a note say, "Dude, don't whatever you do, don't come in."
Hmm.
That's what I did. I'd leave a note,
Okay.
"Dude, don't come in. I'm fucking."
Dude, don't come in unless you want to party.
No, no, no. Then they definitely open up the door, man. Come on, my
Uh,
roommates like to party.
yeah. Okay. No,
No.
I'm okay.
All right.
So to close out that one, yeah, I think I'm with you on the New Year's, not because of the time
Yeah.
off, but because I mean I don't eat turkey like that. So yeah, I'm with you. New
Oh,
Year's.
okay. Well, see, I normally would pick Thanksgiving. Honest to goodness, I probably would pick Thanksgiving.
Mm,
But the whole idea of the New Year's thing going over and over and over, that entices me more.
yeah.
So I'd take the New Year's because again, you get to kind of party, and you don't necessarily have to have party. You just hang out and have a good time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You don't have to get drunk. You don't have to, do drugs or anything like that. You just go hang out and have a good time. Don't get me wrong, Thanksgiving is always about family and stuff like that. But I've also incorporated with New Year's with family for myself. So to me, the only difference between those two
Mm,
is the amount of food.
yeah. The
Because
preparation, the
when it comes to
time getting
Thanksgiving,
involved. Yeah. Uh-huh.
oh man, Thanksgiving is just a huge deal
Yeah.
with most
You have
families.
to cook
You
like
know,
far in advance. Like you're not just doing it one day. I mean, like all that stuff. Like you got to get thaw out the turkey. You got to know what other people are bringing because like a lot of people like will bring stuff and like I'm already making the macaroni and cheese. Why are you bringing your macaroni and
right,
cheese?
right, exactly. And it's always like a hodgepodge, just like not a hodgepodge, a potluck
Yeah.
kind of thing. Sometimes, some years or whatever. But like the last couple of years for me, it's always been the responsibility of myself, my wife, and typically my two cousins and a couple of other cousins as well that help out. But I'm the guy that's deep frying the turkey.
Mhm.
I've had to deep fry that turkey for the last like 5 or 6 years, man.
Okay.
And so I deep fry a turkey, and so it is a process, but
Yeah. That's a
and,
thing in
and
and
it
of
does.
itself. Frying a turkey, 'cause, like that goes wrong real quick. There was somebody who's in my neighborhood who fried a turkey this past Thanksgiving, and
Yeah,
yeah, the fire department showed
the
up.
fire department
Yeah,
came out. Oh
yeah,
my God.
they burned their crap, and then fire was out there. They caught it quick, but it's like, yeah, you
Yeah,
got to be
and I'm
careful with that
sure
crap.
I'm sure I know what they did wrong too. I'm
Mm.
sure I know what they did wrong. They
Overfilled,
probably did. They
didn't
probably put too much oil in
yeah,
in the pot.
or they didn't
So
defrost it
so
enough, and there's like water.
it's possible they
Yeah,
didn't defrost it enough too. But
yeah,
one of the key things that you got to do when you deep fry a turkey is you literally need to go ahead and put the turkey in the pot and then fill the pot with water up to a certain point of the
mm,
turkey, like basically almost so it's completely covered, almost so it's completely covered,
okay,
like maybe a quarter of an inch or half an inch before it's completely covered,
mm,
and find that mark in the pot. And if it's too high up, then you don't have a big enough pot or you got too big of a turkey.
yeah,
But then once you find that mark and it's not too high, then you take that turkey out, you let it dry,
Hmm.
and then you go and you fill that pot up to that mark,
Uh-huh.
up to that eyeball mark or whatever it is, to that mark with oil.
Hmm.
That way, when you submerge the turkey in there, you're not going to float. You're not going to have the oil overflow on you.
Hmm.
That's all.
Okay.
That's one of the key tricks. And then when you submerge the turkey, it is slow and low.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen that. Yeah.
That is the key.
A
Slow and low.
very deliberate drop.
Yep.
It's not just a,
I bought
yeah.
those as seen on TV of gloves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
good for that
Yeah.
very purpose.
Hey, you're breaking our rule. We said in the thing it was not a cooking show. What are you doing, man?
Oh, that's
What are you
true.
doing?
This is not a cooking
The
show. I'm so
hell?
sorry.
The
Yep. All
hell?
right. Now,
We'll we'll
we really segued off into
we'll cut that
Never
out.
Neverland.
We'll cut it out. It's fine.
Would you rather? No, we're not cutting it out. Keep
No,
it
we're not
in.
cutting it out. I mean, hey, that information allowed one of our coworkers to fry a
Yep.
turkey. I think for the first time. I don't know. Last
Yes, he did. He
Thanksgiving.
deep fried a turkey a
Yep,
couple of years
and
back
it
because
worked
of me, and
out.
then he bought his own deep fryer.
Yep, that was cool.
The next year, he loved it so much
He
he
had
bought his own
he
deep
had to
fryer.
get a 10-gallon bucket from
Yep.
from Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did because he brined it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly right.
All
You're
right.
keeping this in.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping it in.
Of course you are.
I mean, we can break it a little bit. That's fine. All right.
What? Don't.
I mean,
No, cut it
break
out.
that little thing on there. It's still not a full cooking show. It's just a little cooking tip.
That's right. Cooking.
That's right.
And now for
Just
more cooking tips with
just
lumpia and
just a
latkes.
tip. All right.
Ooh,
All
baby,
right.
just the tip. Yep.
Okay. Let's next. Would you rather surprise your wife at work and find she's in a mini skirt and fishnet stockings she wasn't wearing when she left home?
Oof.
Or this is supposing that you're a woman, surprised your husband at work and find out that he's got a hostile, gorgeous secretary he never mentioned.
That's gonna be a hard one to answer,
I
Jay.
know, because you have a wife.
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
don't.
I don't know how to answer that. I really don't.
I know. It's like, well, I'm.
I don't. I really don't know how to answer that, man. Because it's
I
like
mean, it's
a
not
tit for
your
tat
life.
thing.
It's not your life. It's
I
just
mean,
supposing.
if I had to go with the first one, I'd go with the first one.
You know. Well, if you're a woman and
Yeah,
you found out your husband was at work and he had a gorgeous secretary who's hostile at you, I mean, like you would. I mean, that's. I mean, how much
then
trust
it's
do you
cat
have in a
fight.
relationship?
It's cat fight time, is what
But
it is at
you
that
got to
point,
have
Jay.
trust, though. I mean, like like what relationship doesn't have trust? If you have trust issues that badly, maybe it shouldn't be in a relationship. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
And then yeah, like either one, it's like I hate that whole issue of like, well, well he, not telling me everything. It's like, there should. Yes, a relationship should be. This comes from someone who's not married, okay? But the relationship should, as far as I know, should be open and honest. And
Right.
but at the same time, some things that you just don't say because of the fact that it's going to trigger someone, or there are little white lies and little things you can keep to yourself. Not everything has to be out there, but as far as the major
Right.
stuff, you should be open and honest.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. But
yeah,
either way, you're screwed, man.
yeah, either one, you are screwed. I mean, the mini skirt and fishnet stockings, maybe she had like a wardrobe issue, like her fishnet stock,
Yeah.
her stockings ran, and her mini skirt, like the skirt she's working, maybe got dirty, and that's the only thing she had left. I don't know.
What the hell, man? You're making excuses for her.
I
Stop
don't
making
know.
excuses for the woman.
I'm just saying, you can't. This is hard. This one's a hard one to judge because you can't judge a book
Yeah,
by its cover. You really can't.
exactly. Exactly.
I would say I'd rather be surprised the husband at work because, again, I think if you're jumping to conclusions that badly just because she's beautiful, I mean, you're telling me that beautiful people can't work with other people just because, and have platonic relationships. Platonic relationships exist everywhere. Not everything has to be
That's
about
right.
sex.
That's right.
In case nobody knew, not everything has to be about sex. So I think the
Yeah,
second one
that's
is much
true.
better.
But you find me a girl that can. Well, that's not true. I'm not going to say that. So
Mm.
there
Yeah,
are
yeah.
some women out there that
You
are
be
they're
careful,
strong
man.
enough. They're strong enough with themselves
Yeah,
that it's not going to bother them.
yeah.
My wife's always told me I can do whatever I want and however I please as long as she gets her check monthly.
Okay.
No, I still love my wife.
Mm.
You have to be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
what it comes down to.
Yep. You have to be comfortable. That's the biggest thing with any relationship. You have to be comfortable with yourself before you go with someone else, because otherwise, that person's not going to make you happy. You will make
That's right.
yourself
What's the
happy.
one thing I always say, Jay? Remember my little line?
If you're shaking it 3 times, you're playing with it.
Yes,
Is that what we're talking
exactly.
about?
Yes, you got it. No,
No.
no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the things I said, but I've
Uh-huh.
said a lot of things.
I don't
You
know.
got to be happy. Excuse me. Excuse me.
That's what you
You
said. You
got to
said,
be.
that's exactly what you said. That's right. I remember that.
You jerk.
You tick.
You have to be happy with yourself
Yeah,
before you can make anybody else happy.
100%. 100%. Which is tough. I mean,
So
that's why, we talked about it. Therapy is very important. If you think you need it, get it.
yep,
It's not shameful. It's not something you need to be ashamed of. It is what it is. If you
that's
think
right.
you need help, then reach out for it. No one,
That's right.
no one is an island.
Nope,
Everybody needs help. It is what it is.
that's right.
All right. So you abstained from answering that question. Which one do you want?
Oh no, I chose the first one
Okay.
to
Okay.
walk in with the wife in the fishnets and miniskirt thing, and
Okay.
I mean it would be whoa, hey, come on now,
Hmm.
what's with the wardrobe change, woman?
Yeah. Okay.
Why didn't you wear this at home?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're wearing that already, I mean, the least you could let me do is let me know, and then now I can be your pimp, and I can pimp you out on the street.
Exactly. I'd have been hanging out with you all the time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I could have beat down on the guys who don't want to pay. I mean, hey, I
That's
got
right.
you.
That's
No, no,
right.
no, no. Anyway,
That's right.
okay, good. Um, well, not good, but anyway. All right. Would you rather have to remove tied together sneakers that were thrown over high power lines 30 feet
Oof.
above you, or
Oof.
have to do enough research to find the best explanation for why people throw shoes up there in the first place?
Wow.
Yeah.
I never understood the whole thing about the shoes over the power lines in the
I
first place.
I read somewhere that people do that to signify that's a drug spot.
Really?
I saw that somewhere. I don't know where. I can't give you any
Wow.
sources, but I swear I've seen that somewhere where that signifies the
Okay.
drug deals are
Then,
happening there.
well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, though.
Uh,
Don't you remember watching Big Fish?
yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That weird
In
ass
that
movie.
movie,
Yeah.
there was like the perfect town,
Yeah.
and they steal everybody's shoes and throw them on the power line
Yeah.
because they wouldn't be able to leave then.
Yeah. Well, you're
So
saying that's what's
that
happening?
place had nothing to do with drugs.
No, but I mean that's not a real movie. I mean,
What do you mean,
in
not a
real
real
life.
movie? It was a movie.
Yeah, but it's not based in reality. I mean, that movie had a
I
lot of
understand
weird crap
it's
going on in there.
reality. You got me there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, I'm pretty sure that people that I've seen that in multiple places that if you tie shoes and you hang them up on a power line, that means that there is some sort of drug deal happening there, or a dealer is in that area.
Well, that I have no clue
I
about.
don't know.
I've never heard
I
about
could be
anything like
wrong.
that
I could be
whatsoever.
wrong.
Again, you've apparently done some research on it.
I have because I was curious
Um,
about it too.
so yeah, I think I'm going to have to say B,
Yeah,
do all the research that I possibly can to
yeah,
figure out why people would do. Because I'll be honest, I'm not going to. For one, I've got some shoes that don't even have shoelaces, so how that's going to fit up there, I don't know.
yeah.
Um,
You got Velcro.
yeah, I mean, nope, not even milk. I got Crocs, man.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that don't have
The
shoelaces,
ultimate
and then
style choice.
I've got shoes that have no laces whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, good luck getting them suckers up there. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I think I do the research,
Yeah.
man, because I actually, that's something I think we need to figure out, find out why
Yeah.
that
Hey,
is
maybe that could
so,
be another
sir.
episode. I don't know if we get
That's
a full
another
episode out
episode.
of it.
Yep. Or,
It'll
or
have something with that in there. Yeah.
that's right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on the same thing. Because I've already done a little research, so I think I could find the answer somewhat quickly.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather, as a lumberjack, 100 feet up a large tree? Oh, sorry. Let me read that again. Would you rather, as a
Yeah.
lumberjack, 100 feet up a large tree, suddenly come upon a hive of bees, or would you rather come across an angry nesting eagle?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um.
Be a lumberjack climbing up a tree and then find a nest of bees, or
Bees,
come across an angry
eagle.
eagle.
Either way, you're fucked. Let's get that right.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the eagle, man, because I don't like bees.
Yeah.
I really don't like bees.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much I don't like bees. And I
But
realize
Yeah.
that we need bees
Yeah.
in this world right now.
Yeah.
That there is a bee shortage.
Yes. Right.
Okay. And that it's important to get our honey and all that kind of stuff, and that we need to regrow the population. I acknowledge that to some extent. Okay. And having said that, even if I was that lumberjack and I climbed all the way up there and then came the bees and everything, I think as a lumberjack, they would have noticed way down at the bottom that there was a nest of bees around, something like that, because they would have seen some of the bees flying around.
I would hope
somewhat.
So. Yeah.
And then when they started climbing up the tree and making a bunch of noise and everything, that thing would have shaken them pretty freaking well, to the point of like, we got a problem here, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, let's climb back down, you know, something to that effect. But hey.
I think of the two, I'm going to go with the hive of bees. I'm going to go with the hive of bees because, yeah, you can get stung enough times that you can die. But like the eagle is much more likely to like violently fight you and like scratch you. You could really die a lot quicker from an eagle, I think.
An eagle would be flying, and you can duck and cover, man.
Duck and cover when you're 100 feet up?
Well, did it say you're climbing 100 feet up and you found a nest?
As a lumberjack, 100 feet up a large tree. So you're already up there.
Oh, for both scenarios. One of them would be bees, the other one would be an eagle.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm still going to stick with the bird.
Okay.
I'm still going to stick with the eagle.
Okay.
The eagle's going to get angry and shit, but the eagle's probably going to fly away and then come back in and swoop, and then fly away and come back in and swoop. And they're not going to be, they're not going to have as many, may not get in as many attacks as say a bees would.
I think they're not going to get many attacks, but I think they're going to be much more deadly. I think they're going to be much more deadly attacks from an eagle than you are going to get from the bees.
No, I disagree. I think it's going to be much worse with the bees.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, you're going with eagle. I'm going with bees. All right. Would you rather get a bad case of poison ivy way up inside your nose, or get that bad case of poison ivy inside your inner ear?
Oof. Oh my God, that's terrible both ways.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
I don't like that.
So, speaking from someone that has sinuses, I say no.
No? Just no.
I say no to both.
No to both. Okay.
I say no to both. I wouldn't want either one of them. If I got to choose one. So if I had to say no to one, if I had to say no to one of them, I would say no to my, oh God, this is probably a wrong choice. My ears. I think I could handle it in my nose.
Yeah, because you can, I don't know. Both are really awful. I don't like either of these.
Both are awful.
I mean, that's how it is with Would You Rather. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, I mean, you don't want to put too much stuff inside your inner ear because, like, you got your eardrum right there, but you could go permanently deaf. And if you that's why you're not supposed to. Everybody does it. Put the Q-tips in your ears.
It can really screw with your equilibrium.
Right. Exactly. I think I would have to say I'd want it up inside my nose instead.
Okay, we agree.
Yeah. All right, we agree on one. Fair enough. That was relatively okay. Okay.
Last one
here. So this one. So this is in the vein of Richard Gere. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
Would you rather walk around all day with a dead mouse in your butt?
Oof. Oh God.
Or with a dead frog in your mouth?
Oh God. Wow, Jay.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh,
I don't want it in my mouth. I think I'd have to go with it in my mouth. I'd have to go with it in my butt.
I certainly wouldn't want it in my butt.
I'd have to go with the butt. I don't want to taste the dead frog. I'd have to go with
the butt because the taste of a dead frog in my mouth all day long.
I don't want to taste a dead frog.
I don't think I would ever get used to that.
Nope. Not a chance. It's pretty gross.
I'm gonna drive you here in a minute just from that.
I would I would pull a Richard Gere and go with the dead mouse.
Yeah, I think I would have to go with the Richard Gere moment there. How long does it have to be for? 15 minutes? 5 minutes? 2 seconds, right?
I don't know.
How about 0 seconds?
I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's just gross.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Well, okay. That does it for that. When we come back, it will be This You Call News. And now it's time for This You Call News. And now we head over to Mitch for this special report. Mitch.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. No, I'm just kidding. Texas mother was arrested earlier last month for bringing Jello shots to a fifth grader classroom party. That's right. Teresa Isabel Bernthal, 33, was charged with injury to a child in connection to a party on December 20th at Jones Elementary School in Tyler, Texas. Bernthal purchased Jello shots from a home business she found on Facebook, according to the arrest affidavit. The shots were laid out on the table along with treats students had brought in to share in a cafeteria where fifth grade classes gathered, officials said. 15 students consumed the shots, and nearly all reported having stomach aches and headaches, the affidavit said. One student told police she vomited twice at school that day. Another student said he passed out at school after consuming the Jello shot, according to the affidavit. One student reported that he had 6 Jello shots and got dizzy. When he returned to the classroom, he got dizzy and fell and felt like he could not get back on his feet. When questioned by a Tyler Independent School District police officer, Bernthal said she didn't know the shots contained alcohol, but conceded they do taste different. She said she discovered that the shots had alcohol only after the children consumed some of them. Bernthal didn't immediately respond to a message left on a phone number listed under her name. And a teacher told police that 2 other teachers tried the shots, and they said they believe the shots contain alcohol. The teacher tried one herself, but couldn't tell because of the flavor, police said. The teacher took the kids back to her class and sent those who consumed Jello shots to the nurse's office. After that, just 4 children returned to her class, officials said. The party just took place before holiday break, and the investigating officer interviewed teachers when they returned to work on January 6th. During the interviews, I was told, while some of the teachers found it odd that Bernthal would bring Jello shots to an elementary school party, they were trusting Bernthal to not bring anything harmful to the school party. Bernthal was an involved parent and was present at many functions at the school, the file said. Facebook Suite business Bernthal had purchased the shots from had a clear disclaimer on its website stating the shots were made with Smirnoff vodka. In my opinion, there is no way Bernthal could have missed the fact that the Jello shots she purchased and brought to her daughter's 5th grade Christmas party contained drinking alcohol, the officer wrote in the affidavit. Testing the shots also indicated the shots contained ethanol. Wouldn't you know it? She was arrested and booked in Smith County Jail and posted $75,000 bond the same day. It's not clear if she retained an attorney, and the school district was aware of her arrest, and the district has asked Bernthal not to be allowed back on campus. Now, good Lord, Jay.
Jesus.
That's just crazy. I'm
That's
sorry.
Awful.
That's
Poor
just
kids.
crazy. I mean, first off, you're bringing Jello shots. I mean, let's back this up. Rewind for a minute. You can't make your own Jello shots.
I know, right? So she bought them from, where did she buy them from? Did it say where? The ABC
Facebook.
store? Oh, Facebook.
No, Facebook.
Okay.
She bought them on Facebook.
Some random person. Okay.
From the Facebook Suites business Bernthal purchased the shots from.
Wow.
Had a clear disclaimer on its website saying the shots were made with Smirnoff vodka.
It's awful.
I mean,
awful.
Mom must have been like frantic or something and just said, "Oh God, I need to do this and I need to do it now," and just said, "Oh well, I'll just purchase these. These are cheap." Really? I would love to know how much she paid for Jello shots on Facebook.
I know, right?
That's
like
what I want to know.
You can get like Jello shots, or like those little, like in Asian grocery stores, you can get a little jelly, like little shots of that nature, non-alcoholic.
Right.
In an Asian grocery store, you buy them all the time. I used to eat them as a kid all the time. I don't know why you'd have to go to Facebook for that. That's really confusing. Yeah, there's a lot that doesn't
Why don't you just make them herself?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
How hard is it to make Jello, my man?
I know, right? Like we've all made Jello. It's not rocket science.
It's not too difficult to make Jello.
Really confusing.
Yes, it's going to be a pain in the butt because because of the fact that of how you got to make them or whatever. You might not make them correctly or whatnot. But guess what? You can buy those like temporary little cups, if you will. You can go to the decorating store. I don't know the proper name of it, like Michael's or whatever you want.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. And you can go buy those little shot sets, if you will, and literally just pour little bits in there, stick them in the fridge, let them all get piled up. I mean, let's face it, she had to have bought them ahead of time. It's not like she bought them and picked them up the same day and then took them
Yeah.
over. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe she did. I don't know, but it doesn't say.
It said
But still,
$75,000. What is that? What it was?
$75,000 bond.
So is she in jail? How long ago was this? Does it say?
Oh yeah, this happened earlier last month. So
Early last month. So
article
she's
was posted.
probably in jail because I
I'm
doubt.
sorry, late last month, April 25th.
Okay, I doubt as a working, as probably I'm assuming working mom. I doubt she has $75,000 just ready to go. That's wow, man.
Well,
Hey,
my understanding, and I could be corrected on
mhm,
this, and anybody who's on here that's listening, they can certainly post on here and let us know. But my understanding, a typical bond when you go to like a bail bondsman or something like that, you
yeah.
usually just have to put up 10%.
Oh, okay.
So it's 7,500. So she probably put up 7,500. You go to a bail bondsman, they pretty much say, okay, you put up 10%, and then I'll post the rest.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about that system. But that's Smirnoff vodka, was it?
Yeah, Smirnoff vodka. So I mean,
Okay.
like Smirnoff vodka is like 70% proof.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
it. I mean, it's no slouch. I can tell you
Isn't
that. You'll be
there?
certainly getting drunk off it.
Isn't
But
there
one
some
kid
sort of
took 6 shots.
Yeah.
6. He's
At,
like, I fell on the ground and couldn't get up.
right.
No joke, buddy.
I
Come
mean, at
on,
what
man.
point is it alcohol poisoning for a child where it's like danger levels? 'Cause, like they're small, that's
Oh,
smaller. Their bodies are much smaller. I'm sure they can't handle liquor like that. I mean, that's.
right.
I mean, at some point they're gonna have to get their stomach pumps depending on how much they had. I mean, six
Well,
shots. I don't know.
it didn't go into extent as far as that's
Good.
concerned.
That's
It doesn't
good.
sound like anything major happened to the kids as well.
No.
They were just, taken for a slight drunkenness, if you will, except maybe for that
Jeez.
one kid. That one kid probably got drunk,
Yeah.
and that's it. Thank God nothing else happened. But
No, thank God.
oh
Jeez.
my God,
Those
dude.
poor
I mean,
kids.
come on. You're a mom.
Yeah.
You can't make Jello. You read the back of the
Yeah.
box.
I mean, this goes
That's all
back
I'm
to that
saying.
whole. That goes back to the whole thing of like babies raising babies. I mean, some people just don't. They can't handle it. I mean, and then there's like scrambling at the last second. It's like, oh, I'll go on Facebook and order it from there. Which again, I
Yeah,
don't know why you go to Facebook for Jello shots. I don't understand that.
yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
know.
it's
That's what
weird.
blows my brain too, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
again, read the back of the box.
yeah,
I made Jello as a kid. I remember making Jello as a kid. I
that's
remember
right.
making Jello as an adult, of course.
Yeah.
When was the last time you made Jello, Jay?
Oh well, yeah. It's been at least a
Okay.
decade. Yeah,
It's been a long time since I made Jello as well. And
yeah,
yes, I will. My wife recently bought Jello for our daughter, and I
yeah.
had a cup of Jello a couple of days ago. But it's the cup of Jello. I mean,
Hmm.
but still, I know how to make Jello. You put it in a pot. You add the mix to it. You boil. You get it warm. I believe it is,
That's right.
and
You
then
ask
you
for permission
then you
from Bill
pour it into a
Cosby.
container.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I
how you
mean,
do
come on. Jello.
it. Hey, kids, would you like to have some Jello pudding pasta?
Yay!
Oh God,
Oh
those
Lord,
poor
yeah, we won't
kids.
get into Bill today. Bill's not doing so good
No,
today,
no, he's not
and
doing
he
good at
doesn't
all.
deserve. And he deserves not doing good, in my opinion, after what he
He's,
did to all them ladies. That's just
I mean,
ridiculous.
that's alleged. I don't know. I'm not sure how that court case
Oh
ended
no,
up.
he was
It's still
convicted.
going.
He was
Was
convicted. He
he
was put in jail.
okay? Is
Yeah, he was
is
put in
he?
jail, but he was released early because of his age and
All right.
his medical issues. So he was
Yeah.
released.
Okay.
But I think he's on like house arrest or something crazy like that.
Jesus.
Which he got off. As far as I'm concerned, he got off easy.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's my 2 cents. But hey, whatever.
All right.
All right, that, sir,
Hmm.
is that article. Jay, what's the next article?
Well, sir, the next article is one that's for the local area. Norfolk thrift store evacuated after employees find grenade inside furniture donation.
What?
Yeah, this was from December 18th, 2023. This happened actually at the thrift store that I've been to, and I actually like. It's called Thrift Store USA. They don't mention it in here. Actually, no, they do. They do mention it in the article. But
Okay.
yeah, so here's the article. A thrift store in Norfolk was evacuated Monday after employees discovered a grenade that wasn't live inside a donated piece of furniture. According to a spokesperson from Norfolk Fire Rescue, fire responders and the bomb squad were dispatched to Thrift Store USA on East Little Creek Road around 1 p.m. A piece of furniture was dropped off, and employees found a grenade inside one of the drawers while cleaning it out. People inside the store were evacuated while the bomb squad determined whether it was live or not. Using an X-ray machine, they determined it was a real grenade, but not a live one, fire officials said. Everyone was able to re-enter the store by 3:30. So that's the whole article. Uh,
Wow.
yeah,
I
a
mean, just imagine
grenade.
being that guy, just going through the drawers. Okay, yep, see
Mm-hmm.
socks, see dirty underwear. Oh, here's a grenade. Oh
Grenade.
my God.
God.
Would
It,
you pick it up?
um, man, I I
Right?
probably would though. I probably actually would pick it up because I'd probably be an idiot. But I mean, it's not like you can just pull. The thing about grenades, it's not like in cartoons or in the movies
Right.
where like they just pull out the pin real easy and there you go. Here's your grenade. No, that pin
Right.
you have to really put some force. You can't tear it out with your teeth like
Yes.
they do in the
Right.
movies.
Right.
You have to put some force behind it. So it's not going
Yeah.
to go off easy. But at the same
No.
time, that's horrifying. Someone would
Yeah. I
drop
mean, if
off.
I was to actually
Yeah.
see a live grenade sitting I mean, a grenade that
A
actually looked freaking
grenade,
real, I
yeah,
would
a
not be
grenade that
picking it
looks
up. I
real at
would.
all is confusing. It's like, why is that even
I
in
could
there?
just imagine myself, man, just pulling that drawer open, seeing that grenade, and be like, closing drawer,
Closing
picking up
drawer,
phone,
yeah,
and
moving back away
dialing
from it,
911.
getting on the intercom, telling people, please evacuate.
I mean, I mean, yeah, it'd be like, attention, people. I need everyone here to go ahead and leave the
Yeah,
building. We have a situation here
yeah,
that needs to be handled.
yeah. Everyone, please exit in an orderly fashion, as quickly as
And look
possible.
out for the bomb.
I
Uh,
mean, you
wow.
ever see that other story? I mean, I think we should probably, well, we're not going to do it now because now we're going to talk about it.
Right.
The one where the guy was in the Home Depot bathroom and said, "Man, I'm going to drop a bomb. I'm going to set off a bomb up in the here," and
Yes.
it
And then they
happened to be like,
called.
yeah,
Yes.
it was just,
But
yeah,
that's because he was taking a deuce, man.
that's right.
The guy was taking a deuce. Okay, that's all he was saying.
Yep. I
Jeez,
mean,
who does number two work for?
yeah, that was,
I mean, come on. If you said that, most people would know what that means as well. Some people would know what that means.
well,
You know,
some
Austin
people don't
Powers
quite get
reference.
it.
You get
Yeah,
it. It's cool.
some people don't
But
get it.
I mean,
I mean, clearly that person
wow,
did not get it, but that's, a different story. But this, a freaking
that's
grenade?
crazy, dude.
My
Yeah. I mean, I'm
God.
sure they brought in the bomb squad and all that
Yeah,
fun jazz.
they did.
And then they realized, oh, geez, it's just a, it's not alive. It's a dud or
Yeah.
whatever. It's not a dud, but it's not a live grenade. So in other words, there's no core inside of it.
I
So
mean,
it's not.
I guess I don't know how that ends up getting to a thrift store in the first place. I guess you just don't, I don't know. It's
Oh,
really
well, I
confusing
mean,
as it even
you
ends
can,
up. Hmm.
I mean, there are, I mean, let's face it, man, people that work in the military that have done things over the years that
Hmm.
have gone through practice and things like that. I mean, come on, when they in the army, they teach you how to throw grenades, okay? And they're not going
Sure.
to give someone a live grenade the first time they throw it. Maybe they
Right.
do. I don't know, but
But
I would assume.
the thing is, if you have that, like, yeah, I get it. You like, yeah, a military person would have that, but you're sending it to somewhere that is not military. You're sending it to a
Okay,
civilian
right.
thrift store.
Right. What I'm saying is that, people that have gone through the military training probably pocketed one or two of these, fake,
Yeah.
non-live grenades, if
Hmm.
you will, and brought them home as like a souvenir or something. Hey, check this out, man.
Yeah.
Cool. What is it? It's a grenade. Oh my God. No, it's not a real grenade. There's no active core inside, man, but it looks
Yeah.
like a real grenade. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a cool little gag thing or whatever. And then, as you get older, it's not so funny anymore, and
Right.
it winds up in your drawer, and you just happen
Right.
to, and next thing you know, the old man's got it, and it's just, oh man, then all of a
Yep.
sudden, let's just be fair,
Yeah.
family member passes away or whatever, you go in through the
That's
drawers,
true.
and you maybe miss that.
That's
Oh,
very true.
geez, you missed that,
Hmm.
man. And here's the best part: nobody knows where it came from.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, this article is
Nobody
from
knows where it came from.
2023, and I don't. I mean, we're never going to hear where it came from. No one's ever going to tell us.
Nope.
But I mean, that's
Well, no, there's no way
yeah,
to find it. I mean, again, you drop it off at the thrift store. You don't have to
yeah.
leave your name and number
No,
where
you don't.
what you're dropping
No,
off.
you don't. Yeah, you just
All I
drop
do
it
is get my
off.
slip for my tax return, baby. That's all
Yep,
I want,
that's right.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
now, what was it intentional? Probably not.
probably not.
Probably not,
But all this
but
hullabaloo just because of the fact that someone, whoever it was
Hey,
left that in there.
I mean, kudos for the police doing their job.
Yeah,
Kudos for them evacuating the building,
yeah.
all that jazz. Glad it was not real, but
I
boy,
mean, overall,
what a
it's like,
scare.
yeah, overall, it's 2.5 hours. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, but just the thought that that's just going to end up in someone's, again, it's not real. I mean, it's real, but
Right,
it's not active, so that's a good thing.
right,
But the fact that it's just
right.
happened at all, it's just astounding. It's like you don't hear that. That's not a thing that happens. You know?
Unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unfortunate. I
But
don't know
anyway,
either, man.
that's really crazy. So that's that story, and I think we will call that an episode.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Another
So,
great one.
yep, another great
In
one
the bucket.
in the bucket. Yep. Throw it in the trash. It's good to go. No, no, no.
That's right. Yep, yep. File it, as we used
Yeah,
to say. Let's
file
file
it
it.
away, file it away. And as always, my name is Jay, not Mitch.
And I'm Mitch.
That's right. And we will catch you again on the next episode of Lumpia and Latkes. If you should or would like to contact us, please find us at our Facebook page, Lumpia and Latkes. We will be glad to hear from you.